Hey everyone, today's video is very out of the blue for me because I was originally planning to release a video considering the weirder things that you've requested for me. You've requested for my Drawing a Request series, but we've hit a milestone and I just wanted to celebrate that. Also, the video I was previously planning wasn't going as planned, so I think I need a bit more time to work on it. But it will come out next week. Before I address what the milestone is, I will just point out that I'm drawing Styracosaurus in the background, which is my favorite and arguably the best ceratopsian ever. Alright, now onto the milestone. Some of you may have already figured out, but at the time of recording this, yesterday my channel has hit 200 subscribers. I thought it would have taken until late December before we reached this goal, but over the course of like 2 videos, you guys have smashed my previous expectations. Thanks to everyone for being so supportive through your likes and obviously your subscriptions, but also the fact that I've gotten so many lovely comments from everyone encouraging me through everything. I'm really grateful for you guys, and I'm excited to see how this channel will grow in the future. Okay, now that all the thanks are out of the way, a bit more on Styracosaurus. I love Styracosaurus, mainly because, look at it. Coolest thing you've ever seen, right? Oh, Pachyrhinosaurus is better. Shush. Pachyrhinosaurus hasn't got anything on Styracosaurus. Pachyrhinosaurus doesn't even have a horn. You want to know how many horns Styracosaurus has? 1. That's right. And it does have a spiky frill as well, which counts. So like 3. It may not be as big as Triceratops or Torosaurus, but it doesn't need to be because Styracosaurus has gumption, which will not be overshadowed by size alone. Also, it's better than Lokiceratops, because I said so. Now, I'm obviously kidding. Everyone is entitled to their own favorite dinosaur, and even in my opinion, there is no best dinosaur. I believe that there is no dinosaur that is better than another dinosaur, because every dinosaur is beautiful and interesting in its own way, and there's every valid reason to have any dinosaur as your favorite. Feel free to have whatever ceratopsian you want as your favorite. Just know that Styracosaurus is spiky and beautiful, and it should be your favorite. Otherwise, Styracosaurus was a late Cretaceous ceratopsian who lived in Canada, being discovered in the Dinosaur Park Formation. It was discovered by C.M. Sternberg and named in 1913. Its name means spiked lizard, which is fitting, obviously, considering the large horn and spiky frill that this animal possessed. Styracosaurus was 5.5 meters long in life and weighed 1.8 to 2.7 tons, which is equivalent to the weight of 2 large minivans and about as long as 30 standard pencils, for my viewers who don't use a metric system. This is rather large for any animal today, but when compared to other ceratopsians, Styracosaurus definitely wasn't the biggest around. Styracosaurus was a centrosaurine ceratopsian, which are ceratopsians with reduced brow horns and enlarged nasal horns. Late ceratopsians are split into 2 groups, centrosaurines, like Styracosaurus, and chasmosaurines, which are animals with longer brow horns and reduced nasal horns, which includes Triceratops. Triceratops may have 3 horns, but its nose horn is significantly shorter than the brow ones, so that's why it's in the chasmosaur group. Some chasmosaurs only have 2 horns. Styracosaurus is a centrosaurine because it obviously lacks the 2 brow horns which are present in chasmosaurines, making up for this with a very long nasal horn, or nose horn, and of course its very spiky frill. Otherwise, Styracosaurus lived alongside an absolutely stacked cast of animals in the formations it has been found in, including famous hadrosaurs like Parasaurolophus, Corythosaurus, and Lambeosaurus, as well as other ceratopsians like Centrosaurus and Chasmosaurus, the namesake of the 2 groups Centrosaurines and Chasmosaurines, as well as ankylosaurs such as Euplocephalus. Styracosaurus also lived alongside and was hunted by 2 species of larger tyrannosaurids, including Daspletosaurus and Gorgosaurus, among other incredibly cool and diverse animals that lived in the formations that it was found in. Styracosaurus inhabited a variety of environments including floodplains, forests, and swamps, which is the environment that the Dinosaur Park Formation likely adopted. I really enjoy it when Styracosaurus is depicted in media, and one particular depiction that I really enjoy was an animated short film titled The Old Buck, which is part of the Dinosauria series by David James Arsby. It's a beautiful film with amazing art and of course Styracosaurus as the main star. I won't spoil the plot, but this film and the entirety of the Dinosauria series they're just masterpieces, and I really love the way that they bring these animals to life. So definitely check out David James Arsby's channel, which is called Dead Sound on YouTube. There are so many interesting films to watch. He doesn't just do dinosaurs, but he also does fantasy and sci-fi and dystopian films, which are very, I don't know, they confuse me a lot, but they're very good. I've given my Styracosaurus something which is a bit speculative, which is the inclusion of quills along its tail. We have direct fossil evidence for this in early ceratopsians like Styracosaurus, and partial evidence in Triceratops, but it's still debated. We have found skin impressions with large holes which would match up with Triceratops having quills along its back, but it hasn't really been fully accepted yet or depicted anywhere. So we're waiting for a paper on that one, I guess. I decided to just go for it and give my Styracosaurus quills along its tail. It likely didn't have them, I will point that out. But at the same time, there is a lot more than zero chance of it, considering how relatives of Styracosaurus had quills, and potentially Triceratops, which is much closer relative than Styracosaurus. And it's okay to be speculative with paleo art because speculation is a lot of what this is. It's alright to be creative with your work, and even if it is completely out there, it's still art. You're still creating something, and you go for it. Well, that's this Styracosaurus done. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all so much for 200 subscribers, and I can't wait to see where this channel is going. And I do have a bit of a new challenge now. My old challenge was to reach 200 subscribers by 2026, so the new year. You guys smashed that out of the park. So now let's try to reach 500 subscribers by next year. Obviously, don't feel pressured to subscribe. Maybe a little bit pressured to subscribe, but obviously you don't have to. It's your life. But at the same time, maybe give it a go. Anyway, that's all for this video. Also, sorry if this video wasn't, up to the standard of my other ones. I just decided to go for a time-lapse with this one. I would usually edit it, show the main parts, but I didn't really have time to today, considering I was working on another one, and we just hit that goal so fast. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. An especially big thank you to all 206 of you that have already subscribed, and to my DinoTuber friends, like Regalius, who have been so encouraging on my journey. And that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.